right, lunch money time.
Hi,
Miss
friends.
Paulina, how are
Hello.
you?
I'm good. Somebody,
Awesome.
or Zach asked how your first Father's Day went.
It was very fatherly.
Sophia got him a very fatherly gift.
Actually, Sophia and Paulina collaborated and got me a very nice gift. I was very.
He cried. I'm kidding. He almost cried.
Oh, I
He
didn't.
thought about crying.
Paulina wishes. That's her goal. Is when she gives me a gift, she's always like, well, I hope I can get
This,
it.
I can't believe you. Yeah. Life has hardened you. Okay. Bitcoin.
Bitcoin hardened
Okay.
me. You seen what's going on? All right,
So-
go ahead.
So Bitcoin's been jumping around like it's playing jump rope. I honestly don't know. This article's like 5 minutes old. It's probably old by now. I don't know.
Bitcoin rebounds 7%. So one of the things that people have to realize is that there is a huge discrepancy between the old system and the new system. The old legacy financial system operates very centralized and also has hours of operations. And so it's closed on the weekends, newsflash. This weekend specifically is a 3-day weekend for the banks, meaning that Saturday, Sunday, and today, there is no ability to move funds in the regular banking system in size, especially between your bank account and, let's say, a crypto exchange. The new system operates 24/7, 365, and therefore there are no hours of operations. You can move things freely, etc. And so when you start to overlay those two things, what happens is during a 3-day weekend like this, for 72 hours, people cannot take their fiat currencies and get them into the crypto exchanges for the most part. And because they can't do that, it cuts off a large portion of kind of new capital that would come into the market to buy lower prices, right? If prices go down, some portion of people want to go buy it at a lower price. Whether that's a good idea or not, that's why they're taking risk in the market. But if their banks aren't open, they can't get the money into the account. So what ends up occurring is that there's less buying liquidity there, which means the prices start to fall. As prices start to fall, then you get liquidations. It's kind of this cascading effect. If there's big liquidations, that pushes the price lower, which then triggers more liquidations, and it continues and continues and continues. And so naturally, what we saw over the weekend was exactly that, was Bitcoin started to fall, was hitting these liquidation points. At some point, it stopped around 17,000-ish, kind of mid 17,000s, and it's now back over 20,000. And so it's very interesting to watch just the sentiment on Twitter, to watch how bearish people are. If you go back to the 2018 bear market, people were literally questioning, like, is this going to be over? Right? That was literally the thing. I mean, there's a tweet of mine back from 2018, November of 2018, that people, I guess, went and found and started retweeting again, which was Noel Rabini was literally like, it's over. And so I responded. I was like, if you think it's over, like, let's make a bet. Right. And I basically was saying, hey, it's going to go back to its all-time high. But like, that was not a crazy question to ask in 2018. Now, I don't think very many people think that it's over, that it's going to zero. And so I think that, look, there's always risk in markets. You don't want to catch falling knives. You've got to have a plan, all this type of stuff that ends up being just timeless investing principles. But understanding the difference between the new system and the old system and why hours of operations is a mismatch is a huge piece of understanding why Bitcoin went down so much over the weekend.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, God. I think that
Paulina is not as cool as a cucumber like me when the price falls now. The roles have reversed.
Yeah, I used to be cool as a cucumber.
Yeah,
Now
Paulina
I
used to be
know.
like, it's going to go back up. Like, just buy more. Now Paulina's like, oh, this is like kind of crazy.
It's just, I think the volatility is making me queasy.
Queasy.
Yeah.
Does that spell with a Q?
Yes.
Yeah, Queasy.
Wow.
Spelling bee
You can't
champ in
spell,
second
like,
grade.
Pomegranate.
Who would ever write that word? All right, what's the next? Janet Yellen, what's going on with her?
So a lot of Americans fear a recession is coming, and she says it's not at all imminent. She said that she expects the economy to slow. It's been growing at a very rapid rate as the economy, as the labor market has recovered and we have reached full employment. It's natural now that we expect a transition to steady and stable growth. But I don't think a recession is at all inevitable. Does Yellen live on Earth?
Well, hold on. Let me actually let me give you the bull case for her argument, which is, or maybe not bull case,
Sorry,
but
I
like
need
let me defend her
Filter
argument for a
myself
second.
more here.
which is inflation's too high. Yeah, duh, right? So like, okay, we agree finally, even though maybe we disagreed before, but okay, agreed. The second thing is an inflation or a recession doesn't have to happen, But where I disagree is I don't know if it's not imminent. We only need 2 quarters of economic contraction. We already got one. So we're like 50% of the way there. Q1 was GDP contraction. So if we just get it in Q2, then like we're in a recession. You know what I mean? Like it's not that crazy. If she was saying this before we had a single quarter of GDP negative growth, then you'd be like, oh, okay, like we need at least 2 quarters of this. But we already got one. So that's the part where it seems like a little weird to say. Now, what I will argue is why is she saying this? I personally believe it's because it's all a confidence game. And if people think that a recession is coming, what do they naturally do? They start to not spend money. Oh, I think a recession is coming. Oh, let me start saving more. Let me not spend on something frivolous. Like that word, frivolous.
Do you know how to spell it?
Well, I'm not doing spelling in public. Math and spelling, not my thing. And then all of a sudden, if you say, hey, I'm not going to go spend money on frivolous things, but also I may start to buy lower cost items. I may actually say, you know what? I'm not going to go to the movies this weekend. I'm going to save the money and I'll just watch something at home. And so when you start to kind of stack all this up, if people think a recession is coming, you could actually accelerate it because they would change their consumer behavior.
Yeah.
It's the same thing like with inflation. If I think inflation's coming, well, guess what I do if I'm a small business? I start to raise my prices.
It's just hard to instill confidence in the people, like just through an interview on whatever she went on this week, ABC's This Week, when you go to the grocery store and you see prices going up, you see it in everyday life. It's hard to believe what somebody's saying on TV, I think.
The inflation, for sure, they can't argue anymore. Like that argument came and left.
But originally they were trying to say that it was transient, right? Or transitory?
Yeah, of course that's what they were arguing. Now they can't argue that anymore. The recession, again, is the thing that they are debating now. I think it will be very difficult for them to avoid a recession given what they are currently doing. But
yeah, I guess you can't really see a recession at the store, but like I think it's like in the air.
Yeah, look, we're already starting to see some layoffs occur. We have hit, relatively low unemployment, 3.5% or so. But my expectation is that will continue to tick up. We've seen stocks go down. We've seen crypto go down. We've seen bonds go down. We've seen commodity prices drop. Real estate is definitely coming. You see the residential mortgage rates explode upwards. The cost of capital is getting more expensive. They're conducting quantitative tightening. Like it's just all the machinery is moving towards a contraction. And when you get a contraction, eventually you get negative growth.
Yeah.
What's going on with Meta?
Okay. So Meta, formerly known as Facebook, is launching an online store where Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger users can purchase digital clothing for their avatar. And Prada, the first brands on the store are Prada, Balenciaga, and Tom Brown. Is that how you say it? I don't know. And clothes include a motocross outfit, a logo, hoodie, and suits. Right up your alley. No, you don't.
What do you think about this idea?
So I think it's actually interesting because luxury fashion in the digital world, because I went to a conference a long time ago and there was this like 15-year-old there and she was explaining to us how like people were buying skins for their like guns and like artwork for their digital houses. Like everything was digital and she was like, this is what we value. And I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. But now I can see how people would buy this.
I don't think...
Like Roblox is huge.
Yeah, I understand that. But I don't think you're going to get mainstream people to replace their physical consumption with digital consumption.
Well.
But I do think that you can expand your revenue streams. So rather than cannibalize, like if you're one of these luxury providers, you could say, okay, hey, we get $100 of revenue in the physical world. I don't think that people are going to say, oh, I'm not going to spend the money in the physical world. Now I'm going to shift it to this digital avatar thing. And so naturally what we're going to do is we're going to still have $100 of revenue, but it's like 70% physical, 30% digital. I think this is actually a revenue expansion opportunity where they'll say, hey, we're still going to get our $100 in the physical world because that's a certain demographic of people who are buying it. But we're going to add in the younger demographics, the people who are buying stuff virtually, et cetera. And those people are going to come and buy the digital avatar stuff. But it's a net new growth opportunity for these luxury providers. I just don't think I would do it. And so that's probably different than if I go talk to a 15-year-old and they're like, dude, you're a loser, you're a boomer. Of course you should buy this. Yeah.
This really feels like we're just back in the 2000s with our Bratz dolls and our what was the pet one?
Pet Rock.
No, not Pet.
Chia Pet.
Pets? Something with a Z? No. It was like online.
Tamagotchi?
No, it was online and you had an avatar and I think you could pay to like change their clothes and stuff. But like we're reliving the 2000s, guys. Oh, I used to be all up on that. I didn't pay, but I would use the free feature.
Did you ever have Pogs?
Wait, what's that?
You never had Pogs?
Is that an
I
internet
was
thing?
balling with the Pogs. No, you had a little case and they're like little circle things. I was trading coins before y'all even knew what the coins were. Pogs.
Pogs.
Yeah.
Like pugs?
No, Pogs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that Pogs was a big thing at one point. If you were a nerd and you walked around with the Tamagotchi.
I loved that. Oh my God. I literally got in trouble
Shocking.
at school because I was sneaking it in.
Shocking.
I couldn't let the dinosaur die. Yeah, exactly.
I personally just stuck with the Pogs.
Is Pogs like Tamagotchi?
No, it's a physical thing. They were literally like little cardboard circles. Think almost like a baseball card, but it was like a whole Pogs thing. And you have like a little case, and you would like put the little thing in there. Oh yeah.
That makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
But anyway,
It makes no sense because it was smart people shit.
I'm saying
Actually, it
that
wasn't.
they're just recreating what we already had, and then we moved away from that, and then now we're back.
Yeah. Somebody also said Pokemon. Pokemon was pretty big. I never got into that. And Magic the Gathering, I never got into that either, but that was big as well. I was just a Pogs guy. I was Pogs and let me go play sports.
You can take your digital clothing and your low-rise jeans back to where they came from.
Yeah, somebody said Pogs are altcoins. They pretty much were. you had quarters, and then you had the altcoin, which was Pogs.
I have to look this up. I literally have no idea what this looks like.
People are like, yo, Pogs. Like, what are Pogs? I'm telling you, Pogs.
Let me find a picture.
I think it was P-O-G-S
Yeah.
is how you spell it.
This is it?
P-O-G, yeah, Pogs.
So what would you do? It's like a little thing.
You collect them.
Oh.
Were y'all all living under a rock?
I have never seen these in my life.
Yeah, well, because, you were hanging out with the
Are
nerds.
they like stickers?
Us cool kids, we were trading Pogs at lunch.
Is it like a game? No.
I don't know if there was a game or not. I was just collecting.
Oh, there is a game. Okay.
Nobody cares.
Oh,
about
okay.
the game.
Sorry.
It was just like, yo,
Just
what Pogs you
collection.
got?
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Ready?
All right.
So, private rocket company, SpaceX, fired at least 5 employees after it found out they had drafted and circulated a letter criticizing founder Elon Musk and urging executives to make the firm's culture more inclusive.
What do you think?
Honestly, like, yeah.
I've gotten new information, so I want to.
What's your information?
On Friday, I was like, yo, you can't like criticize the leadership and like try to cause a ruckus and not expect to have ramifications. Except the one data point that I learned later, which wasn't, I don't think, obvious to everyone in the beginning, is supposedly the letter was written directly to them. It was not published publicly. It was not
leaked.
done to like
put
embarrass
pressure.
them publicly.
Huh.
It was more of like, we're writing a letter directly to you. You like, we disagree with whatever.
Okay.
I still think you should expect some ramifications, but that's different than like if somebody's like, hey, I'm an active employee at a company. Let me
Yeah.
write an open letter and post it on the internet to like
Right.
bring, kind of negative side effects to the company. That's
I agree. I
obviously
actually
worse.
think like letters like this, and it just shows that like people care. So if I write you a letter, will I get fired?
No.
Oh, see? Open and inclusive.
What's by the way, yes, I see you guys talking about Pogs and Slammers. Slammers was, I wasn't as much into that, but Pogs was real.
What
All right,
the
Monster,
hell am
Monster
I learning
Homes.
today?
What's going on with the Monster Homes?
Okay. So this, I'm really excited about this. This, I don't know what Angie.com is, but I think it's like a whatever. They put together a really cool visualization of the largest residential homes in every U.S. state. And it's very interesting. The average size of a newly constructed home in the U.S. has more than tripled over the last 75 years, from 797 square feet in 1945 to 2,491 square feet in 2020. Isn't that wild?
That's crazy. Yeah, do we have photos?
We do have photos. Wait, I don't know which state photos we have.
Top five.
Okay.
Top five.
So do
Top
you wanna-
five. Top
hold on,
five.
Before you show, no. Okay.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Just do the first one.
Do you want to guess which?
I'm actually the first one's in New York. You
Okay. It's
want me to guess the 5 states?
okay. Sure.
New York, Texas, California, Florida, and I'll go with
not gonna
Georgia.
No, false.
okay.
But some of them, yes. Okay, so the New York one, you can pull it up, please, is 110,000 square feet.
John
How-
Paulson owns it. You know who John Paulson is?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No.
Shorted the housing crisis.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the irony of then owning a 110,000 square foot home. That's what happens when you bet against house prices everywhere else in the country.
Number 2 is California.
Yep.
3 is Florida.
Well, just go back for 1 second. Hold on.
What?
The fact they're counting this,
oh, yes.
this was like a controversial one in here.
Really?
Yes, technically it was purchased for 141 million, but like, is it done? I don't know. 105,000 square feet, pretty big. Okay,
That's
keep
massive
going.
in
30 car
Florida, Versailles.
garage. Who owns it? Oh, David Siegel. Yep. All right. 35 car garage.
Number 4 is surprising.
Go ahead.
Missouri. Chateau Pensmore.
I figured that was my guess with Georgia was like it'd be some weird place.
But I think you made a good point. It's maybe not the most expensive, but the largest on the list,
Yeah.
right?
How many is it? 72,000 square feet. I mean, 72,000 square feet is insane.
And 5 is Washington. Xanadu 2.0. Is that how you say it?
66,000 square
Yeah.
feet.
Oh, built
owned
by Bill and Melinda. No,
yeah,
built.
Owned.
Where?
Well, on the graphic it says owned.
Oh.
Xanadu 2.0. What's Xanadu mean? Google that real quick.
It's like a thing.
Oh, just
that
Google
I
it just
should
to make
know,
sure.
and now
Xanadu?
it's like a.
What is it?
Yeah, it's like a person. It's a fantasy thing. Hold on. Yeah, it's like I don't know.
So do they
It's
do
a
they have
musical fantasy, but it came from like a Greek mythology. People are gonna. Oh my God, people are gonna.
So does that mean
destroy us in the comments.
does that mean they had a Xanadu 1.0?
Probably, yeah.
All right.
All
That's
right,
fine.
friends. It's been a pleasure.
These were
pleasure.
great topics, by
The
the way.
pleasure is
Thank you.
all mine.
Thank you very much.
Truly, from the bottom
Hope
of
you
my
guys learned
heart.
something every single
I'm getting
day.
kicked off, but truly, the pleasure is mine. What?
Hey you, did you like this video? Great, we make 5 of them a day and post them here on this channel. Make sure you're subscribed, like the video, and see you next time.